Everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am sneaking in today because there's a special treat on hand. White Rose Crafts has released their January love story a month earlier than anticipated, and I have 5 fast cards featuring the love story subscription kit for you today. This card kit was going to roll out January 1st, but instead it is rolling out for shipment on January 1st. And you can pre-order now. You don't want to miss out on this lovely card filled with Valentine's and love and anniversary and anything that needs to say thank you in a loving way kind of kit. It is, yes, centered around Valentine's Day, but it is not limited to Valentine's Day, and I think that's what I like best about it. You can make a year's worth of love cards for your spouse or your children or your parents right here in just one simple quick kit. My first card, I am just layering up some papers. There are, I think, 12 6x6 papers, all of which are coordinating but different. So you're able to really do some great paper layering with this card, with this kit. And my first card features how diverse and how many different ways you can, in fact, layer this card, layer cards with this. So I picked 3 of the printed papers and 1 of the ephemera sheets. There is a 12 by 12 sheet of and basically ephemera, but you need a hand fussy cut it out or punch it out or something, but this heart comes from it, and I like the fact that I'm able to add pops of different color to the to my projects from that ephemera sheet. All the papers kind of fall into that beige, red, pink tones, but the ephemera sheet allows you to pop in different colors, making it really, really fun. To finish this card off, I added some of this exclusive Sparkle Blend sequin mix that is exclusive just to this kit. So if you want this this blend of Sparkle Blend sequins, you have to have the whole kit. And it's fun because there's lots and lots of different shaped and different color hearts in this blend, which I'm really, really enjoying. I added a sticker from the sticker sheet that's included in the kit for my sentiment, and that's it. That is the first card. My love for you never ends, which I thought was a really nice, sweet sentiment. For card 2, I took I took one of the cards that actually came in the kit and the envelope that included with it, and cut a piece of paper by 3.5 by 3.5 inches. Actually, I cut one side a little bit bigger because the hearts ran off and I didn't like how the paper ended. But that's because I'm a massive dork. And then I pulled out the stamp set that's included with the kit. And this was fun because the love and the sentiment, the letters are actually individuals, and you can use it however you want. Like, you can line them up, you can have them randomly jumping around the screen. It's nice. It's really kind of a fun effect that you can do whatever you want with it. I'm fighting the stamps a little bit because it's the first time I've pulled them off, and this is one of those, like, sometimes the first time you peel these polymer stamps off of the backing, it takes a little bit of strength. I loaded the stamp up with the ink from the kit, the Scrapberry stain ink, and I love that all the stain inks have been really bold and bright, and this one isn't, and I love it. I love that it's not screaming blood red, that it's this soft, almost antiqued red. Like, there's something nostalgic about this color of red, and I think it goes really well with the kit. Had it been like a bold bleeding red, it just wouldn't work. So this was the plan. I was just going to put this love panel on and call it a card. Yeah, it was boring. So I pulled out another stamp from the stamp set and just stamped this trio of hearts all over the card, creating my own printed paper on the card frame, which I thought worked out quite nicely. Thank you very much. And then again, I was going to add just the panel I made, and it wasn't going to work either. So I cut a piece of the Aspire red metallic paper into 4 by 4 inches, adhered on the stamped panel I made, and then adhered that simply onto the card. I am a big proponent of having a plan and then completely diverting from the plan, because sometimes what you think is going to work doesn't. This, however, I adore. I absolutely adore it. It became my favorite card of the bunch just because it's simple, it states the point, the little rhinestone flowers really finish the card off nicely, and then I grabbed the envelope that comes with the card and just stamped out some of those trios of hearts, finishing off the envelope nicely. I'm a big fan of this one. This one may be my spouse's Valentine's Day card, just don't tell him. For card 3, I wanted to play with this lace, and I think this lace that is included in the kit is just stunning. It looks delicate and fine, but in truth, it's pretty sturdy. Excuse me, as I sneeze. It's pretty sturdy. So a good bead of glue allows it to glue down, and it's not going to fall apart on you. I added a strip of the printed paper included in the kit, and then using the Nuvo drops that are included in the kit, I used it as glue. While they're gorgeous drops, they work just fine as glue and adhered down that panel. Using another of the ephemera sheets that are included with that 12 by 12 sheet of ephemera, I hand fussy cut out my sentiment in this card, punched it up onto some mini mounting pads, and added it to the card frame. And then using two different sizes of the buttons, I added the buttons to the card. Again, just using that Morning Glory Nuvo drops as glue, and called this card done. And I love the lace on it. I think the texture of the card was just really fun, and it's a simple card, but it's effective. For card 4, I used the die that comes in the kit and another piece of the Aspire metallic paper. The Aspire paper is really, really thick, and for this die, you need a really, really thick cardstock. If you just try to use this die on a piece of paper, you may not have the clean cuts that you want just because of the intricacy of the die. So when you use the die, make sure you use it with really quality cardstock to really get the best impression of the die. Like I said, you can do it on the paper. It just may not be as sharp of cuts as you want due to those internal intricacies. I took a piece of the beige printed paper and turned it into, I think I cut a ½ inch off of it. So I was using a typical A2 card frame. I took a ½ inch off both sides, making it 5 inches by 3.75. See, I can do math in my head. And added a strip of the striped paper and simply glued on the die cut heart. While I was letting it dry, I picked out a sentiment, and this one was really simple. I found the white "I love you" and realized it would be perfect. Now, I'm using here the Nuvo drops as they're intended to be used to create little crystal drops. They'll dry clear and perfect, and yes, again, simple card, but I think it's a nice, effective one. It's a good one to have on hand just when you need to say something sweet. For my final card 5, I pulled out a piece of the reflective specialty paper that comes in the kit and trimmed it down so it was just slightly smaller than the A2 card frame and adhered it to my card. Now, I will tell you, the only things I didn't use today in my 5 cards that didn't come from the kit were 4 of the card frames, my mini mounting pads, and the Ranger blending tool. Everything else you're seeing comes from the kit, including this buildable decoupage die set. The whole point of this set is that you're able to pop up the pieces, so you have this really nice textured layered card. Normally when I play with these kinds of decoupage die sets, I use mounting pads and really make them dimensional, but I wanted to show today that you could use the Nuvo drops and create just a simple, subtle, dimensional piece. And the decoupage set that's included in the kit is really cool because it's got metallic foil on them, so it's really, really reflective. And while you might not be able to see how reflective it is here while I'm assembling it, the gold foil in it it's a stunning effect. And these pieces are really cool. Yes, they take a little bit of time to punch out, and they take a little bit of time to adhere. But once you do, it's all you need. You don't need to get all fancy and add 40 other things to the card. You just need to adhere this lovely panel to the card, and you have a great little embellishment that becomes the showstopper in itself. And that's all I did here. I added it on top of the specialty paper and left the card just like that. Thank you for peeking in today for the 5 fast for January's Love Story 5 Fast Cards is the first part of my 3-part series. Come back to see 10 more cards that I'll make over 2 more videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy crafting. Bye!